Hello, and welcome to episode 43 of Fallen Dragons. My name's Mike, and I'm your DM for the night. And I'm here with four of my players. I will let them tell you who they are and what they do, starting with Robin.
Hi, I'm Robin. I am playing Kenna Hanby. She is a tiefling, and she's a multi-classed bard and fighter, and she is also something of a drunk.
Okay, and now we'll head over to Coride next to you.
So I play Korai. She is a drow cleric, bit of a sarcastic ass, but otherwise doesn't like flying.
Okay. And we'll go down to Melody from there.
I'm Melody. I play Nala Firestone. I am a bronze dragonborn who is a wizard and a blade slinger.
Then over to LaFall.
Hello, I'm the Fall. I play a half golden, half silver dragon, half human. I'm a fighter, a fighter champion, and I keep these others right now 3, but 4 and 5 sometimes, maybe 5 sometimes, out of trouble.
Or at least you're trying to really hard.
Well, you're bringing on the trouble.
I don't bring on the trouble. You all bring on the trouble. I just force the trouble away with very convincing arguments.
Trouble just finds us somehow.
Well, maybe not as much tonight because Jinx isn't here. But when Jinx is here, you never know. For one episode, I would love to see Lucid and Jinx in the same episode.
Mm-hmm. That would be quite interesting.
The rest of the party'd probably end up dead. But
Probably.
But anyway, here we go. At the end of last episode, you had brought the flower for the antidote back to Heston. You had given it to Belinda the cleric. Jinx and Nala, you brought them into the cleric hospital. And Jinx was so agitated that Belinda had to knock him out. He's still out cold. And you are currently looking for the bartender because in a fevered fit, he decided to get up and walk out of the cleric hospital. And we will pick up there with you guys looking for him because you also enlisted the aid of your sometimes benefactor orc friend. and he was gonna go talk to the head of the Thieves Guild for you. And LaFall and Kenna are searching the opposites, the forest on the opposite side of the village from the town guard. So, and hopefully Nala will wake up from being unconscious in the wagon. So what does everybody do?
Wakes up.
You wake up. Give me a constitution check.
Where's my die 20? Die 20. Where's the die 20? There's the die 20. Tw- 20, not natural though.
You wake up. You find yourself in a makeshift bed in the cleric's hospital. And you also find yourself somewhat covered in black goo.
So an interesting night then.
Oh, you're
Okay.
covered in the same black goo, Cora.
Oh, what did y'all get up to while I was gone?
This is Half Cliff Swamp black goo, which is why you had to make your constitution check. So when you wake up and find yourself covered in black goo, what do you do?
I'm like, what the hell is this crap on me?
You're the Belinda turned around and goes, "You're the one that went to Half Cliff Swamp, not me." At current, I don't know what this stuff is. I'm still researching that.
Research it faster.
I can only do one thing at a time. I'm gonna make this antidote for the bartender. And plus, you look over and see Jinx sort of rolling around in the bed that he's in. He doesn't seem to be sleeping comfortably, as it were. So, Korai, since you didn't end up going to Half Cliff Swamp, what have you been doing in the town for the last couple of days while they were gone?
I don't know. Give me Come back to me in a few minutes.
Okay. Okay,
I'll come up with something.
I'll give you a little bit of time for you to come up with what kind of trouble you've been getting yourself into. Kenna and LaFall, you guys are searching the forest on the opposite side of town. I need investigation checks from both of you.
24.
Seven.
7. Um, let's see here. LaFall, you don't see anything. Kenna, you see something that you remember was, it's a piece of fabric, but you remember seeing it on the bartender. It seems to be a piece of the vest he was wearing, but for some reason a chunk of it's been ripped off and it's laying on the ground.
No, I'll pick it up and show it to the phone and tell her, well, he's obviously around here somewhere. He was.
Okay.
And I remember that the cleric said he wasn't in very good shape when he got up and wandered off. So perhaps we ought to look like, round under the bushes and stuff, like where he may have crawled under.
Right. I wonder if anyone else is awake yet. Maybe get a little extra helping hand out here to search.
If you want to go back to the cleric's temple and check, I can stay here and keep looking around.
All right, I'll be right back real quick.
Yeah, because you know that now hopefully is waking up and you assume Korai is somewhere in the area anyway. So, LaFall, if you're going back to the cleric temple, you do see that Nala is awake. She's hasn't really been cleaned up yet, but she's awake.
Cleaned up, slimed up. She needs to get out here and do her fair share of the work now.
Well,
Falls back to sleep.
she's covered with.
Falls back to sleep.
She's covered with the sludge that was on the rags that you gave Belinda. So, and you don't know what that stuff is.
No, I'm going to pull her out to have her help us look.
Okay.
Nope, sleeping.
Well, if you're sleeping, you're sleepwalking at this point. 'Cause you're being bodily dragged out of the cleric temple. Could I give me a perception check?
Daytime or not? Like sunlight?
What?
Is it in the sunlight or not?
No, it's
Just a regular.
nighttime.
15.
You see, even though it's dark, you see LaFall dragging Nala out of the cleric temple as you're
Mm.
standing out on the street in the town.
Wow. So I'll walk over to him, make sure that that's exactly what I think it is.
And you get over to the cleric temple, and it is in fact LaFall dragging Nala out of the building into the street.
Wow. Sounds like your evening was just as good as mine.
Oh, good. You're awake.
Mm-hmm. Well,
You're recruited now.
Really?
Yeah.
Lucky
We
for you,
gotta
I
find
found
the
my armor
bartender.
again.
We got to find the bartender.
Oh, again?
Yep. He went walking.
I don't suppose you have any idea. You want to know what I've been doing for the last 2 days?
Yeah, considering that you had vanished on us when we were just about ready to go into the swamp.
Well, I had to go find my armor. I woke up and there was this really cute elf boy who had run off with it because apparently he'd never seen a cleric outside their armor before. So I had to chase him, and that ended up with this really great, wonderful romp in an elven brothel for 2 days. And well, let's just say there's a place on a pair of doors that you're not supposed to connect with a mace, and we'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what you expected me to come up with in 5 minutes.
Well, no, that's actually somewhat useful.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh, the DM says
They're in trouble
that's
now.
not a good thing.
They're in trouble now.
So, while you guys were, risking your life for this flower, Korai was off having a lot of fun. Yeah, so.
Dwarves are really strong.
And none of you knew that this little town had a brothel in it because you'd never seen it before. Because I'm sure.
Now you know. You're welcome.
Because I'm sure Kenna would have got drunk and ended up there. So,
Well, now that she knows about it.
yeah. So,
Yeah, don't tell Kenna where the brothel is.
well, the town's not all that big. You just hadn't seen it yet.
Well, I at least did get my armor back.
Well, that is useful. It's like
Jesus.
you'll be less likely to die that way.
That's useful.
Slightly.
Slightly.
So now there's 4 of you searching in the forest for the bartender.
Yep. Gonna pull them all both out to help us search for us.
Ah,
So what are we looking for again?
We're looking for the bartender. He wandered off half dazed, drunk, stupor, poison, everything effect that he was under.
And you all had nothing to do with that, I take it.
No, we actually went to find the poison that was causing all this, the cure for it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we went to look for the flower that the cleric needed for the antidote. We didn't know he'd be gone when we got back.
I warned you about the clerics around here, right?
Yes, you did say something to the effect of you didn't think they knew how to do their jobs. I do remember that.
I believe I used the word cleric in quotation marks.
uh, so
Well,
far, Belinda has seemed passably competent. She's had to deal with Jinx 3 times now. Like,
3 times.
yeah. So, but you, as you're looking around, you see your orc friend rush up to you. He has a very distressed look on his face.
uh, what's up?
Um, the Thieves Guild found the bartender.
Okay.
Well, that's good, isn't it?
Hopefully.
Well, yes.
And no.
Let me guess. He's not alive.
Well, he actually is, yes.
Oh, all right. Well, then
Okay,
that's
that's
good.
They also found. Let me roll that real quick. 6 other people who weren't alive in the same room that they found him in.
Are you saying he killed 6 people then?
We have no idea.
Or has he indicated either way that he did or didn't?
Well, I'm going to assume the condition that Belinda said he was in, he didn't do it. That there's probably someone else out there.
Your orc friend tells you that he was mumbling something about um had to get home before more people died.
Had to get home before more people died. Okay. Well,
And
like I told you before, sir, we have information that we need to gather, and apparently that's a little bit more of the information that we need to gather. Why does he
And
need to get home before more people die?
the Thieves Guild member that found him said that he just kept mumbling that over and over again, and they tried to ask him about it, and he just kept mumbling the same thing.
So where are they holding him? Have they got him at the Thieves Guild?
Yeah, along with the 6 bodies that we found with him.
And have they been identified?
Not as of yet. This just happened like 10 minutes ago.
Where was he and the bodies found?
Um, in a place that I didn't even know existed. There's the city library, the town library apparently has a basement in it. I don't go into the library often, so, but I didn't think it had a basement in it. And the other odd thing is there were food supplies down there. So I have no idea what was going on down there.
Well, I suppose what we need to do is talk to him if that's possible. If he's coherent at all. Doesn't sound as though he is from what you've said, but
I was gonna say, good luck trying that.
well, actually what we really need to do right now is fetch him and take him back to the cleric's temple. So Belinda can give him the antidote for the poison he'd been given. Then maybe we could talk to him after that.
Yeah. Mm. Um, and while you guys do that, I'll go back to the Thieves Guild and figure out what we need to do with these 6 unidentified bodies. Trying to get an antidote from one guy has certainly turned into being a problem.
Who knew?
Well, no, not technically one guy. For seeing how the people had expressed fond interest in using that poison.
No.
So at least we'll have the basis knowledge again to
Well,
see this
yeah.
fixed.
Now you supposedly have the known antidote for it. Or at least the only recipe Belinda was able to find for it.
Right. So at least
So,
we have it.
So the four. So I take it the four of you are headed um,
Back to the clerics with, or to get the bartender,
Trying to find
then
one of
back to
these.
the cleric.
no. Your orc friend says, I'll have a couple of the thieves guild escort the bartender over to the cleric temple.
Okay.
Because the head of the thieves guild and I are gonna go wake up the mayor of the village and see what they want to have done with the bodies we found. He's not going to be in a real great mood being awakened in the middle of the night and told, "Oh, we found 6 dead bodies. What do you want to do with them?"
Right.
So, yeah. Then I'm going back to the inn and going to my room and trying to get at least some sleep before the sun comes up. Let me know how things go at the cleric temple.
Yeah, we'll make sure you get word of what information we pull.
Uh, for now, I'm always at the inn. You can generally find me somewhere around there. So, with that, he turns around and walks away. So, you guys head over to the cleric temple.
Yep.
Well, don't we need to go fetch the bartender first and bring him to the cleric temple?
No,
They said we're going to have
Our
him sent
orc
over.
said he'll have him sent
Oh,
over.
he'll have him sent over.
yeah, a couple of the. You get there, and a couple of the odd looking elves are standing there with sort of one arm around each shoulder of the bartender, holding him up. And Belinda's like, what in the heck happened here? And
He was found.
and um right about then, Jink starts screaming. He starts screaming at the top of his lungs, which luckily aren't very big because he's a bat, but he is screaming loud enough to interrupt what you guys are doing. Belinda turns around and goes, "The sleeping potion I gave him must have worn off."
You think?
Okay.
Well, perhaps you ought to give him some more then before he. No. I mean, there's other patients in here. They can't be enjoying that noise.
He's screaming about wolves with red eyes and yeah.
Well, understandable considering that's what attacked him.
Yeah. It sounds like he's having a nightmare or something. So she goes over and pours another mouthful of sleeping potion down him, and he passes back out. Belinda's like, "Where did you find our bartender friend?"
With some helping hands.
Yeah, where was he?
Surrounded by 6 dead people.
Oh, how pleasant. Uh,
People have to.
so get him over in that bed over there, and I'll give him the antidote I made.
All right, so
Okay.
help get him. We'll help push him over there.
I want you all to stand back, because I have no idea what this stuff will ultimately do.
I told you. And I roll my eyes.
Belinda sees that and goes, "Look, this antidote's never been tried by anybody before. I got the recipe out of a book off the shelf. Your bartender friend just happens to be a guinea pig."
Well, it's either that or watch him die, I guess.
Yeah. That is the one thing that would for sure happen if we don't try this. So, she pours it down his throat. And a few minutes later, it looks like he starts having a seizure. But he eventually calms down and looks like he literally passes out from everything that's been going on, the fever and the seizure and all. It's basically too much for his body to handle and passes out.
I'm just
Belinda's
watching
like,
curious.
"Well, what?"
I'm just watching curiously.
Belinda's like, "Well, I'll watch him overnight and we'll see what happens."
Now, we'll give you some extra guarding eyes on him since he seems to like to wander, just in case.
So what do you guys want to do?
Well,
You
isn't it
got.
about dinner time?
Yeah.
I was gonna say you guys haven't eaten since you got back from Amphcliff Swamp. Um.
I want to go wash this gunk off of me.
Well, yeah, and Nala hasn't eaten since
Who knows
you
when?
were. Yeah. So
Ow.
Okay, well, Kenna, since you want to go get something to eat, bring me back 2 orders of orc platters.
All right. So you're going to stay here then?
Yeah, we want to lose this guy again?
Well, I thought you meant you were going to have, a couple of the Thieves Guild stand guard. I didn't realize you meant yourself. But okay.
I said a couple of extra eyes. You got eyes. Cora has eyes. Nala has eyes.
yeah.
I have eyes. Besides, we're all interested in what he has to answer.
Well, yes, of course.
So
Yeah, I'll bring you back something. Yes.
LaFall stays plopped down in a chair in the cleric hospital, and the rest of you head off to the back to the inn to get cleaned up and get food and all that. Um, being as late as it is, it's fairly slow in the tavern, so you guys don't have any trouble ordering food or anything. You do notice that your orc friend is sitting there sipping on a tankard of something. So he's like, "Oh, how to go with the bartender?"
We don't really know yet. Belinda did give him the antidote, and he had a seizure and passed out. So we don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing at this point. She'll keep
Yes
us.
and no.
She'll keep us updated, I'm sure.
Well, soon as I finish my drink here, I'm gonna head for bed for the night. So, if you guys find out anything by morning, let me know.
All right.
And with that, he downs the last part of his tankard and heads upstairs. You guys sit down at a table. The waitress comes up. She's like, "Oh, what can I get you guys?"
Well, I know I want. You guys ready to order?
Sure.
Yeah, well, I'll have a steak, side of vegetables, serving of bread pudding and a tankard of ale, and our dragon friend said she wanted a couple of orc platters. I'm not sure if that means 2 platters of orc meat or 2 orc-sized serving platters of food.
Yeah. Oh, and upon hearing this, your orc friend sort of turns sideways and looks at you. It's like, what? No. And the waitress is like, that means the size of the plate. We don't serve orc here. And you can hear your orc friend under his breath go, I should hope not. I'd have to find another bar to be in. So, Korai and Nala, what do you guys order?
I will take a steak. I want it medium rare. Side of vegetables, and instead of ale, I would like a. I guess I'll take ale too.
Korai?
Oh, just some ale and whatever passes for salad around here.
Salad.
The waitress looks at you. Salad? What?
Oh, trust me, I've had plenty to eat the last couple of days, just not food. Anyway, salad, please.
Okay. She sort of looks at you sideways and goes, okay.
Hey,
The
you guys
upside-
asked, I'm going with it.
The upside to you ordering salad is it's she brings it out when she brings the drinks out because it's easy to do. Doesn't have to cook anything, so it's yeah. So she gives everybody their ale and gives Korai the salad and goes, the steaks will be out in a few minutes. She walks over to Kenna and goes, do you want your bread pudding with the rest of your food? Or
Yes, to bring it all out at the same time.
Oh, by the way, I
Okay.
want bread pudding too.
Okay. And the waitress is like, why is that stuff getting popular? She's the only one that ever eats this stuff. I don't even know why we make it. But
Well, I don't recommend you stop making it if you want to keep me as a customer.
and it was made in medieval times. I found a recipe for it from 1784.
1784, huh?
Yeah. So they would actually have bread pudding back in your standard D&D times. So she heads off back to the kitchen. The place is fairly empty except for 2 dwarves having a drinking contest in the corner. Uh, so the girl behind the counter is just sort of standing there really bored because there's nothing going on. Couple minutes later, the waitress comes at, starts bringing your plates. Uh, she's like, what do you want me to do with the big ones for your dragon friend?
I will take them over to her after finish eating. So is there a way to package them up so I can carry them easily?
Mm. Actually, you know what? Since there's nothing going on, I'll just take them over there.
That would be helpful. Thank you.
I'll be right back. And you can tell this woman's been a waitress for a while. She carries these 2 large plates fairly easily as she walks out the door and heads over to the cleric temple. Knocks on the door. Belinda opens it and her eyes get really big and it's like, who would those be for? I don't remember ordering food.
That'd be for me.
Uh, and so she sets them down on a little end table that's next to your chair. They barely fit without falling off.
Right.
Um,
Start enjoying.
and she says your friend didn't order an ale for you or anything.
That's fine.
You okay without a drink?
Yep.
Okay. And she heads back out the door and makes it back over to the inn.
Don't give her a silver coin for the trouble she went to deliver that to the bowl.
She says, oh, thank you. And over the next half hour or so, you guys finish your food. What are you gonna do after that?
Go up and find a shower.
Well, this is a small inn. There's one communal shower on the floor that has the rentable rooms on it. But this late at night, you can be pretty sure that nobody else would be using it. Everybody else is probably asleep. So, if you want to head in and take a shower,
Oh yeah, and give me some new clothes.
well, you'll have to go into your room for that.
Okay, go to my room and get some nurse clothes.
Yeah. So, in 10-15 minutes, you come back down. The rest of your group is still sitting there. Now that you're done with dinner and it's approaching midnight, what are you guys gonna do?
I'm gonna make my way over to the table with the dwarves and tell them I want in on the drinking contest because I can outdrink a couple of dwarves easy.
Considering, like, you walk over and they both lift their heads slightly and look at you, it's like, they've been drinking for several hours already.
Oh, well, I could take them.
Well, as an elf toddler could take them at this point. Uh,
Now, Keen,
Jeez.
are you sure
The-
you should be doing this when we have things we need to be doing?
Don't need to be doing anything at
late.
midnight, Nala.
There's not much going on.
Yeah, sleeping.
We'll go right ahead.
so they're like, we don't usually have drinking contests with dragonborns, but
Oh
no.
God, you are drunk. I'm a tiefling, for God's sake.
Well, let's see.
Wow.
They can't even tell what you are. They can
That's
barely
what I
tell.
figured.
They can barely see each other at this point. So, and they're just across the table from each other. Yeah. So you raise your hand, and the girl playing bartender comes over. What can I get you?
I guess that would be a round of dwarven ale.
She said, okay. One of the dwarfs lifts his head and says, don't use the cheap watered down stuff. Go in the back
No.
and get the good stuff.
As you do.
We want to see how well our new friend does here.
Oh, I can hold my own.
The bartender's like, all right, I'll be right back. And about this time, a person in royal colors walks in the door and posts looks like a flyer. Nails the flyer to the side of the door and walks back out.
I'll go over and look at it.
Says, adventurers needed for an escort job. The kingdoms of Canamir and Gelborn have a very important meeting taking place. And the emissary from Canamir requests an escort to Gelborn to meet his counterpart. Anyone willing to take up this escort job will be paid 500 gold apiece.
That's pretty hefty.
I don't know.
Well, Gelborn is my home country.
Well, it's also where you are currently. Heston is a coastal town in southern Gelborn. You would
And why
have
are they needing adventurers for that? Why don't they have guards?
the flyer doesn't say. Would think the emissary from Canamere would have his own group of people with him, but so it does seem a little odd, but 500 gold apiece is a lot of money, so what are you gonna do?
Well, anyone willing to pay that much is either desperate, too rich to care, or wanting something really dangerous.
Well,
Sounds like right up our alley.
everybody give me a, since there's not a politics role in D&D that I know of,
Politics.
give me a,
Insight?
everybody give me a history check.
15.
3!
The deuce.
Oh my god.
Ooh,
Apparently I
But I'm
forged
not
up
there,
how to
so it
play
doesn't
college.
matter.
16, 16.
So, LaFall's not there. So, he's, LaFall's still busy eating his platters of food.
I'll take them out before I leave. I wanted to come in here. I didn't want to go out.
Korai has no idea who any of these people are,
Clearly.
but Kenna and Nala realize that the emissary from Canamere, which is the neighboring kingdom, is Lord Colmori, and his counterpart is Lord Vanderheim. They are both high-level officials for their respective kingdoms, and you also know that Canamere doesn't get along with anybody, so the fact that they're meeting is somewhat odd. And after realizing this, the tankards of ale arrive at the table, and Kenna goes back to drinking. No,
I don't know. I mean, if it's Canamere and we know they cause trouble, I don't know if I would trust it now.
well, they don't necessarily outwardly cause trouble. They just don't really get along with anybody.
Do they get along with themselves?
Yeah, no kidding.
Give me another history check to see if you know anything about Canamere.
19.
Everybody,
Yeah. The
got
three
19.
the three of you can do it if you want to.
19.
Two of us got 19.
And what did you get, Cori?
11.
No. Even you know that the people and the royal house, things aren't all roses and, you know, daffodils and Canamere. Uh, in, in fact, and the two who got 19 would know, the rulers, the ruling couple of Canamere are said to be dark wizards, and their people don't trust them very much. So, yeah. And you would all know that Canamere is basically their economy is based on raw materials, mining raw materials. Uh, because Erdmore to the east of Canamere is a kingdom of artisans that make things. They take the raw materials from Canamere and make things. And then Gelborn being a coastal kingdom, they make some things, but they're more into shipping and such like that. So the three kingdoms on this continent have had a somewhat shaky contract with each other for centuries. Canamere mines the raw materials, Ardmore makes things out of them, and then Gelborn ships them all over the uh, all over Acheron, basically. So, but the question is, are you guys gonna apply for this job or not?
Well, I think we need to talk to Lawful first. And maybe Jinx, if Jinx ever wakes up.
Current, you don't know what plane of existence Jinx is on, but
It's a pretty high one.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, uh, and Kenna, I need a constitution check from you.
Do you now?
Yeah.
All right. Con. What's my con? 14.
Your first tankard goes down fairly well, but remember, this is actually your second because you had one with dinner. So, you're holding your own with your two new dwarf acquaintances at the moment. So are Korai and Nala just watching Kenna try to outdrink these two dwarves, or what are you guys doing?
2 gold that she drinks them under.
Oh, okay. Nope, 3 gold that she drinks them under.
What? That's not how this works.
Like I'm gonna bet that she does.
So Korai bets too that she will, and now I'm gonna bet that the dwarves win or not.
The doors win.
I know they look pretty tipsy.
See, now it's only on her second tankard. The dwarves have been doing this for 3 hours already. um, you know, let me see how the dwarves are doing. Hmm. That one. Um, one of them, after he finishes the tankard, like basically lands face down on the table. The other one, however, seems to be strangely energized by Kenna joining and downs the tankard fairly easily. Goes, well, looks like it's just the two of us now.
Looks like it.
Oh my gosh.
And he holds up his hand toward the bartender, and she brings over 2 more. And he chugs it and slams the tankard down on the table.
Oh well, so you can play that game.
So you do the same thing, and he has this big smile on his face. Hey, so I need a constitution check from you.
13.
You're able to handle it. It's a little harder than the last one was. And this will be the last one you don't have to roll without disadvantage. Because this is your third one. So any from here you have to roll with disadvantage.
Great.
Okay. Gotcha.
Well, he had your new dwarf friend handled it without issue. as my dice tray comes apart. um, and immediately calls for two more. The bartender goes, yeah, your drinks are covered by your room, but there is a limit to how much ale we will give away for free here, guys.
I've I've got coin. We're good.
So she brings another one, sets them on the table. At this point, she's like just standing there. She's not even going to bother going back to the bar.
Why not? Why would you?
So, uh, so I need a constitution check with a disadvantage from you for number 4.
Okay. Total of 9.
Oh, you both finish your drinks, slam your tankard down on the table, and then you end up face down on the table like your third dwarf friend, because you both got 9s, which means you both basically passed out at the same time.
Well,
Well, I guess
blinking
one of us
surprise.
won.
Yeah, blinking surprise. Well, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, no kidding. That's
Turned out to be a draw between the two of you. But now the rest of you have an issue, which is who's going to get Kenna upstairs, because she can't do it herself.
one of us should go get Lawful and take her and tell her to come here and then take her place.
Well, they're both passed out. What's you taking her place at?
No, like you or me go get Lawful, and then instead of coming back with her, stay there and watch them, and Lawful could carry her upstairs.
Well, you're a dragonborn, Nala. You're big enough to get her upstairs.
Okay, then I carry her upstairs. Actually, can we take a break, you guys?
Actually, yeah, it's about 8:30. Um, 20, roughly 20-minute break.
Yeah.
Be back.
Yeah.
Be back at the top of the hour.
All right.
That works.
And
Okay. Be right back. Be back.
Okay. Me too.
Lily. Hey.
and suddenly the dog attacks.
No, she just barks. Hey.
So, what do you guys think so far?
Not bad.
It's all right.
It's about to get worse.
Well, thanks for the heads up, I guess.
Well, there's nothing you guys could really do about it. So, so I can tell you. You just have to deal with it once it happens.
You have to deal with it. I mean, it's, again, not like we have a choice.
So, how do the rest of you think it's going?
Well, we won't know till the bartender wakes up.
True.
Well, and now Kenna has to wake.
Oh, she'll be fine.
You should really stay away from dwarf drinking contests.
As
Oh
I say,
no,
I don't think this has gone
seriously.
very well.
Kenna's staying away from drinking. I don't think so.
I know, but if I remember right, it's mostly not gone very well for you.
I know that, but does Kenna know that? Nah, not so much.
Fair.
Well, see, Kenna basically has one mode of drinking. She starts and keeps drinking till she passes out. Every time. So, but oddly enough, it only took her 4 tankards this time to manage to do that.
Are we counting? Uh, I guess we're counting.
I always have to count because I have to make her do constitution checks after every one of them. I think the highest you've ever got to is like 6 or 7. But that was the cheap watered down stuff.
Should have a dragonborn against a tiefling.
Well, you two can have a drinking contest anytime you want to.
What the heck?
Is that your phone ringer?
No, that my phone went into a video.
Oh, I was gonna say that'd be pretty cool if that was the ringer on your phone.
Damn. Oh,
There, the thought one of my 20s were missing, but I looked down and actually saw it now that I don't need it.
It's usually how it goes.
Yeah,
It's there, and it's not there when you need it, and then you find it when you don't.
right.
Or there's, in my case, I lost a D10 and I didn't find it for like 3 months. It was hiding from me.
Mm.
Wow,
Yeah,
3 months. Wow,
yeah.
that must have been a really good hiding place.
It was. It had fallen into the bag where I keep all my beading supplies. It was like,
My particular favorite is, especially if I'm, I'll leave and go out the door to work in the morning, and my brain will go, "You forgot something." I'll go, "Okay, what'd I forget?" And my brain will go, "I don't know."
something.
Oh, I hate
Pretty
that.
sure you forgot something. Yeah.
Thanks. What is it? Now I get to work and realize, oh yeah, I forgot my lunch or whatever it was.
It
Usually my
could be
lunch.
worse. You could be in a situation where you don't remember it for the entire day till you get back home again. So it bugs you the entire day till you
Right.
get back home.
Fair. Not my particular cup of tea.
did we lose Waffle?
No, I'm here. Sal's back.
Yeah. We got 4 minutes till we jump back in the game. So if anybody's got to go to the bathroom or anything,
How do you
now's
get
the
4? We got 2 because we went at
It's the top of the hour.
wasn't it? Huh?
well, yeah, I said top of the hour, which is
Oh yeah, you did, didn't you?
9 o'clock for me or 8 o'clock for you, and
10 o'clock for
yeah.
Waffle.
So so if you gotta go to the bathroom or take a quick drink or whatever,
Nope. That's the reason
now
why we took a break.
now's the time.
But that's the reason why we took the break. Oh.
Hmm. Um, just checking to see how my D20s are rolling for the before we start the second half of the
It's good. Get the good rolls out of the way.
I don't really have to roll low because you guys do a really good job of that.
Hey, you got to be good at something.
Yep.
Mm. Okay, if everybody's ready, um, hello and welcome back to episode 43 of Fallen Dragons. Before the break, now I had to lug Kenna up to her room after the latest drinking contest. So after that happens and Nala comes back down, what are you and Korai gonna do? Are you just gonna leave fall over the cleric temple or what?
Yep.
I think so. I'm not sure what else we can do with them at
Well,
this point.
they're not gonna check on him or replace him or anything. You're just gonna leave it. Leave fall over there with the 2 orc-sized platters of food.
I mean, we're not her mom.
No.
She wants to eat all the food. Let her.
So what are the 2 of you gonna do then? Are you gonna turn in for the night or what?
I think that's the best. I think that's the best idea.
Okay. The 2 of you head up to your rooms for the night. So now we'll head over to the cleric temple. LaFall, are you done eating your large amount of food yet, or are you
No,
sort
I'm
of
done
just
eating it.
so? Um, as you put the second tray down, you hear a scream.
Okay.
So I need a perception roll from you.
$19.
Okay. You put the tray down and you see Belinda standing there bleeding, and you see the bartender sitting up on the bed he was on with a knife in his hand. And you realize the scream you heard was Belinda. Because blood is pouring out of her rather quickly.
Well, now,
Uh, upon seeing you notice all this, the bartender hops off the bed and attempts to run out the door. And he looks perfectly lucid to you at this point.
tail whip,
What?
tail whipping them.
Oh, okay. So give me an attack roll.
Mm, 24, 31.
Yikes. Okay. That definitely hits.
Jeez.
How the heck do you get that high?
14 on the die plus 17 to my attack roll.
Damn.
Dragons have nasty bonuses, man.
When we
Yeah.
use our
Damn.
natural abilities.
Clearly. Christ.
Uh, just think if Lafal was a full dragon.
5,
Jeez.
13, 23 points of damage on the tail whip.
Uh,
Trying to put,
eh,
basically what I'm trying to
What do you-
do is not trying to kill him, but to knock him off, knock him silly, so
Oh,
I
just-
can grab
okay,
him and get over to Belinda at the same time.
because basically, if that was straight damage, you would have killed him. So it's good that you said that you're not attempting to kill him. So we'll go non-lethal damage. You've basically knocked him unconscious again. Uh, but this time he's laying on the floor between you and Belinda.
That's fine. I'm going to get over to Belinda. Find where is she cut?
Oh, he stabbed her in the chest.
Scream for help.
Okay.
Loud as everything.
So you walk out.
And I'm sitting, no, I'm not walking out. I'm screaming right there, sitting on his ass.
Okay. Let's, being the middle of the night, let's see if the city guard hears you or not. Couple of minutes later, one of the city guard walks in the door. Like,
Go get
He's
healer.
like-
I got this one. Belinda needs help now.
he's like, I was gonna ask you what's going on, but seeing what's in front of me, I think I can guess.
Go get another healer. Belinda needs help. I've got this one.
Okay. Um. Says the only other healer I know in the village is the one in your group. I'm gonna have to go wake them up. So the guard takes off. He walks in. He walks into the inn. Asks the bartender what room Korai is in. Walks up to Korai's room and pounds on the door.
What? All right, fine. Come and open the door.
And
What do you
why
want?
is
is the city guard standing there.
Oh, sorry, officer. I promise I didn't do it.
Well,
Okay.
yeah. He, he says, knowing how your group's been acting lately, you probably did, but that's not what I'm here for.
Okay. Well, what is it?
Belinda's been stabbed, and she's the only cleric we have in the village. We
Okay.
need you to come fix her up.
All right. Leave me. Take me there.
Okay. So the
No,
two
I don't
of
put
you.
anything on before I leave.
So the girls down at the tavern level are like, they see the guard walk out, and then they see you walk out behind him, not wearing anything. And they look at each other like, oh, well.
I'm just not going to notice and keep following the guard. I'm going to notice, but no, don't care.
And you're lucky it's a fairly warm summer evening,
Okay, fine.
and you walk out. Or he takes you to the door of the cleric hospital. You see LaFall standing over an unconscious bartender.
No, sitting.
She's sitting on him.
Okay, you're sitting on him. So, and then you see Belinda slumped over in the corner in a fairly sizable pool of blood.
What in the world happened here as I run over?
He stabbed Linda.
Okay.
Then he
We're
tried
gonna,
to kill me, and I knocked him out with the tail.
we're gonna use Spare the Dying to try and save her.
Okay. No.
It just keeps her from dying.
Yeah. She's fairly close. So, and technically, he wasn't trying to kill LaFall. He was trying to get past you. He wanted to get out of there. And you knocked him out before he had a chance.
Yeah, but they don't know that. They know that they know that I saw him stab her, Linda, and then he came after me.
Well, yeah. You saw him run toward you with a knife in his hand, yeah. So you didn't know whether he was trying to kill you or what, but yeah. Korai, are you gonna try and like bandage her up and stop the bleeding, or what are you gonna?
So, who else is in here with me? It's just LaFall, right?
Right,
And she's sitting on the guy.
right.
If he's sufficiently squished, would you go look for some bandages?
Uh, he he took enough non-lethal damage that he's unconscious. He's not going anywhere.
Good. Go find some bandages.
If it
I
would have
can
been, if it would have been lethal damage, he'd be dead right now.
I can keep her
Okay.
alive if we don't stop the blood. If we don't stop the bleeding, there's only so much I can do for her.
Find bandages. No, where are the assistants at?
It's the middle of the night.
Belinda decided that since the last time her assistant was on duty, the bartender ran away, that tonight that she would stay at the Cleric Hospital and make sure he didn't. And instead of running away, he ended up stabbing her.
Yeah, that turned out real well for her.
It's a common mistake.
At least on the upside, the antidote worked. But
Yeah, such a great thing.
Yep. So get
So-
bandages and give them to Korai.
Korai, give me a medicine roll.
This better be great. I better be good at this. 17 plus 7, 24.
You are able to bandage her up and stop the bleeding.
Why do I have such a high modifier on my medicine? Sorry, rhetorical question. Go ahead.
So you stop the bleeding, but she is a little woozy because she's lost a lot of blood and sort of slumps over.
In the meantime, while Korai's taking care of her, I'm tying the bartender up with rope.
Okay.
I'm
So,
going to lean her back and make sure she's as comfortable as we can make her.
yeah. So now you have Belinda sitting in one corner on the floor, all bandaged up. And in the opposite corner, you have the bartender who's unconscious but tied up with rope and just sort of sitting there.
Hog tied up.
Yeah. Yeah, even when he wakes up, he's not going anywhere. So. By the time you get all done with this, the sun is starting to come up. And
It's a bit of a short night. Is the cleric doing any better?
her color seems a bit better. She lost a lot of blood. It's gonna take a while. It takes about 3 hours for the bartender to wake up. And he wakes up and he immediately notices that he's hogtied and he's like, hey, I've got to get out of here. You guys have to let me go.
And why do we have to do that?
Because my home kingdom is under attack and I need to get back there.
Not good enough, sorry. Because if that was true, then can it be running back as well?
Why?
She's from your home kingdom. See, there's a little bit of information now that we know that you and Belinda and Kenna and the other girl were involved with. You were the other girl's handler who ended up being uh, um, de-limbed, basically.
He's like,
So,
yeah. He's
yeah,
like, yeah, I live here and stuff, but that's not my home kingdom. I'm originally from Canamere.
yep, and we've got stuff to talk about because of a certain book that you're wanting to find, and that the other kingdom was wanting to find, that I found and got rid of. And then you have some other explaining of other stuff that you need to explain as well. One, why did you attack the one person who was trying to save your life?
Oh, you mean her? I was just trying to get out of there and she was stopping me from doing it.
Because there are people who you have to answer to besides your king and queen. You've got some major questions that you need to answer. I don't care if the kingdom, your kingdom, brings their whole freaking army to get you. I'll kill them all till I get the answers I'm satisfied with.
And Cora, in the middle of this, you hear the bartender say that he was originally from Canamere, and you remember the flyer that was nailed to the wall in the tavern. The about the escort job.
Yeah, but does he have anything to? Why would he have anything to do with it?
Well, you just seem to think it's a little odd that you you get a notice for a high level meeting between Canamere and Gelborn, and then this bartender guy who's been giving you all kinds of trouble is from there, and he's trying to desperately to get back
Okay.
to there, desperately enough that
Oh,
he's willing to stab somebody to do it.
so then I go ask him about it. I ask him if he's the one that put the flyer up.
Well, no, the person that put the flyer up was wearing Royal Gelborn
Oh,
colors.
right, yeah, it was.
He was basically one of the employees of the King of Gelborn.
Then maybe ask him if he knows who that is.
He's like, so you tell him about the flyer, and he's like, of course I know who the emissary of of Canamere is. Everybody from Canamere knows the royal family. It's strange that the two of them would be meeting each other, though.
Hmm. Do you know anything about? So, what's going on that? I'm not sure. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm not sure I'd ask this.
You mean, why are they meeting each other?
Close enough. Yes.
He's like, that's the strange part. The economic contracts were just renewed recently. So there shouldn't be any reason they're meeting each other. Not that I would know of.
Well, what's going on?
Well, maybe it's the Kenneth's two old acquaintances reporting something that's caused some other um, upheaval about the book. And don't blame them you don't know about the book, bartender, because you were the handler for Kenna and the other lady.
I was the handler for the girl that worked at the brewery. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The king and queen of Canamere want the book.
And so does the other kingdom, which neither one are going to
Well,
find anymore.
basically any evil leaning kingdom would love to have that book. And given that the king and queen of Canamere are rather questionable alignment wizards, I could see them, drooling over that book. But
Yeah, well, we're all thankful the book no longer exists.
hmm,
So let's
I
go see Kenna.
I had just received a note that I was told that I needed to go back to Canamere. Hmm.
Well,
Hardly worth stabbing someone for.
pick up, carry our hogtied barkeeper like a suitcase
Like a
to the
suitcase.
inn.
He base he basically ignores your comment about the stabbing the cleric. So you bring him into the into the inn, what, do you just sort of drop him on the tavern floor or what?
Yep. And then whoever's behind the bar, reach in, toss the gold, clear the bar,
Well,
bring the justice.
at this point, the only people in the bar are the two dwarves that are still passed out at the table.
Clear the
They
bar.
they don't bother to move them. They're always there. Uh, Oddly enough, nobody knows what they do for a living because they're always at the bar. But so
Take him outside. Let him sleep outside, please.
okay.
Bring the chief city guard.
Okay, I'll be right back.
In the meantime, go wake up Kenna and Nala. Bang on their doors.
So you want one of the girls to escort the dwarves out and get the guards, and the other girl to go up and wake those two up.
Yep, bang on the door.
So they'll do that, although they have no clue what's going on. The only thing they see is the bartender all tied up laying on the floor. They have this look on their faces as they go to do that, like, what in the hell's going on here? And the girl that went upstairs, she comes to Nala's door and knocks on it. What did Nala do?
I say yes.
Your two other friends are downstairs. They would like you to come down.
At this hour, it's time to sleep, not be awake.
They told me to come and get you.
Okay, Tom will be down in a sec.
And then she walks down the hall, across the hall, and knocks on Kenna's door.
I'll also throw the blankets off and get up and kind of stumble over the door and open it and like, oh, what's going on?
First, give me a dex check.
Actually, that's pretty damn good. 21.
You are able to get out of bed and stumble to the door. You open the door and the bartender girl is standing there.
Yeah, what is it?
Your two friends are downstairs with our used to be bartender.
Yeah,
They would like you to come down.
all right.
Okay.
Not sure what they want, but hey.
The bartender girl's not sure what they want either. So you see her walk away.
And then we'll head downstairs and I'm holding onto the rail and walking quite carefully downstairs.
Yeah.
I come up behind her and say, "Do you need help, Kenna, getting downstairs?"
Yeah, I think I might need a little help.
Okay,
Not
fix her up and carries her down.
exactly, not quite sober.
Yeah, I'm not quite awake either.
So Nala picks up Kenna, puts her over her shoulder, and heads downstairs. I need a dex check from Nala and a con check from
Natural
Kenna.
20. Not even looking at my thing. Well, I think it's like 23 or something like that.
Did you say a con check from me?
Yeah.
12.
Okay. You are able to carry Kenna downstairs, and she is awake enough not to vomit down your back while you have her over your shoulder.
Jeez.
And the two of them get down to where you are, where you and LaFall are, and Nala puts Kenna down. And so now all four of you are standing around the tied up bartender.
Kenna, is there any one night that you don't drink yourself to a stupor?
Can't think of any, no.
Don't you think that just maybe last night might have been the one night that you might have decided not to do that?
Well, I didn't know you were gonna tie the bartender up, did I?
No, but you knew we had business with the bartender. Now you're half drunk still that you're not going to be able to do business with them.
Ah, but I'm only
That we need
half
to do.
drunk. I'm alright.
You sure?
Sure, I'm half drunk, yeah.
Wow.
And the bartender, even all tied up, the bartender looks up at all four of you and shakes his head. It's like,
No, for my question is, do we have to do the standing up? Can I sit down?
You know, I this is the time that I really wish I knew a nice little magic spell that can go zap to your brain to clear that fog.
well,
Corai, do
I'm
you know
not that
anything like
drunk.
that? That can zap her brain out of this stupor real
I
quick?
slept a while. I'm okay. I'm not that drunk.
Corai, do you have minor restoration?
Minor.
Yeah.
Lesser restoration.
Well, yeah, lesser restoration.
I do. I was going to suggest a mace, but I guess we could do that.
A mace would only knock her out. It wouldn't clear anything.
It'd make me feel better.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah, you know
Oh,
I'm
all
right here.
right.
You know I can hear you, right? No, I'm okay. Let's just do whatever we're doing, okay?
Lesser restoration, then.
okay.
Hope you know what you're doing.
So you cast that, and suddenly, Kenna, you are suddenly completely sober.
Oh, bloody hell, that's not right.
Oh, and when you realize you are completely sober, a memory goes through your head of all the times that another person had to cast lesser restoration to sober you up.
Only a few times.
Only a
A few
few.
times. Wait, what?
Only a few times.
Uh, so, okay. So, now Kenna is sober, so what do you want to do with a bartender at this point?
Well, we're only waiting for one more person to show up, at least for now.
Well,
And that's head city guard.
well, a couple minutes later, the other girl comes back and two of the city guards show up. They're like, yeah,
Where's the head?
what do you need?
I need your head commander here.
Uh, he would be asleep at this hour.
Yeah.
Um,
If I'm woken up, go wake him up.
why? They're like, why would you need him? And why do you have the bartender hogtied on the floor?
Because he's a spy, an assassin, attempted murderer, just to start the list of things.
Bartender's like, hold it. You're impugning my reputation. I only did one of those things.
Only one, huh?
And it wasn't even the one you mentioned.
Attempted murder. Okay.
No. Oh, you meant the cleric.
Okay, so that's a second attempted murder charge.
The only other one was the 6 people in the basement.
And
And
that's why we need.
that wasn't attempted. I accomplished that. So,
Okay, that's murder charge then. So
well,
gentlemen, do you see
I'm
why I'm requesting your boss here?
I'm just saying, if you're gonna tell stories about me, get it right.
I'm not telling stories about you. You are a spy. You are an assassin.
Mm,
And I knew you were an attempted murder. Now we can put murderer to that list. Kenneth, do you not agree that this gentleman is what I just said he is?
Oh,
Assassin,
absolutely.
no.
Well, murderer, certainly. 6 counts of it, and one attempted, so I'd say that's an.
Assassin would be your other 2 friends. Uh,
Yes, well, they're not here right now, and we'll deal with them when and if we do see them again.
I don't know if that's likely to happen. They failed their mission. They're probably strung up at this point.
Well, good. One less thing for us to deal with then.
And which friends are those?
Not friends.
Past acquaintances.
Okay, and who would
Yeah.
those be?
the two so and so's that poisoned me twice.
Yeah, and attacked Jinx.
Yeah.
Dismembered Jinx.
So,
So the question is, my first question is, city guards, are you going to go get your commander now, please?
we can throw him in jail. We don't need to wake
No,
up
see,
the.
he's got information that we all need first before you throw him in your jail.
Oh,
And I'd like your city commander here so he can make himself prepared for what might happen once we receive this information.
okay. They both look at each other like we have no idea what's going on. So, we'll be right back. And they both leave. And a few minutes later, they come back with their commander, who is not happy that he's been awakened in the middle of the night.
Middle of the
I
morning,
wouldn't either.
Oh,
early morning.
yeah,
Not middle of night, it's morning.
early morning. It's like I had 2 more hours of sleep before I had to get up. What the
Yeah, but I
heck?
don't want to hear it. I had 4 or 5 hours of sleep, and I had more to go, and I was
I
woken up.
haven't been to sleep yet.
And what the hell is the bartender doing tied up on the floor?
No,
Uh,
you guys can complain all you want. I'm still naked.
That
I'm always naked. What are you talking about?
Yes, Korai, we noticed.
Yes, Cora, we noticed.
and at this point, Korai could go upstairs with clothes on and come back down if you were so inclined.
Yeah, we probably should. People are. I'm hoping people aren't staring.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
Well, not in tavern. We're the only ones in here right now.
Except for the two bar girls that already saw you walk through.
And now the guards. now the
Well,
guards.
Yeah, the gods are probably staring, yes.
the guards don't care. They do,
It'd be the
in
weirdest thing
fact,
they've seen
wonder
tonight.
why you are naked, but it's like, with all the other weird things going on, they're like, oh well.
You're
But
not the weirdest thing they've seen today.
yeah, they're more concerned about the bartender laying on the floor all tied up.
Well, reason one, he's a spy. Reason two, he's an assassin. Reason three, he's attempted murderer. Reason four, he's 6-count murderer. You can deal with the attempted murder and the 6 counts of murder after we deal with the spy issue. And even though he says he's not an assassin, for what I've been witness to so far, he has to be an assassin to be able to pull off some of the things in handling of people. And this deals with the two countries that have heated rivalries against each other right now. Who, Kenna, you're from, the bartender is from, and what's her name was from, who got disemboweled?
Alondra.
Yeah, Alondra. And then The two that disemboweled Alondra are from the other side. And they're all after a lovely book that I happened to run across and persuaded someone to destroy. And all of this is coming around your lovely town, sir.
Yeah. Uh, and as you're saying this, stepping in behind the head of the guard is the head of the Thieves Guild. And he's like, he's a very slender uh, tiefling who is purple. And he's like, we knew about all this activity. We didn't know the guard was going to, or the bartender was going to murder 6 people and try to murder a 7th, but as far as the girl that worked Alondra and the 2 that poisoned the bartender, the Thieves Guild has been keeping track of those 3 the entire time.
And who were the 6 people that the bartender murdered anyway? Where do they fit into all of this?
The head of the guard is like, this is the first I've heard of that. Where did you guys find this at?
When the Thieves Guild found the bartender, I got word of where he was found.
The head of the Thieves Guild goes, there's a basement in the village library. You need to go check it out. And the head of the guard's like, after we get done with this, I will be doing just that.
So, looking to the Thieves Guild person, how long have you known about the bartender's actions?
About the last 3 months. We were tracking him to find out what the heck he was into.
Okay.
Because he started acting really weird out of nowhere. So,
Did you inform anyone else about this situation? Because what's his name was very interested in the health of the bartender, making sure that he stayed alive and all.
oh, you mean, see if I can remember his name. Torvis. You mean the orc?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, he is another one that we keep track of. He's friendly enough, but he'll play one side against the other if it makes him money. So, the reason we didn't say anything is up till now the bartender has been acting weird. He hadn't necessarily hurt anybody. And then he went and got himself poisoned twice.
Right.
We didn't see these 6 dead bodies coming by any means, but the head of the city guard is like, you know, he killed 6 people, so we're gonna throw him in jail until we decide what to do with him.
Well, we still have need of information from him as far as what, because the book wasn't all that you all were interested in, was it, Kenna? But you didn't know what he was sent for either.
Oh, all I was sent for was the book. I didn't know about anything else. And I didn't even know he was involved in all of this.
Yeah, he was a laundress handler. He didn't have anything to do with Kenneth. Now, Alondra and Jillian and Alyssa are a different story altogether. But
Well, I certainly didn't know those two were going to show up. Thought I'd left them way behind.
yep. And the bartender said, I'm on a mission from my kingdom and I have clearance to do anything I need to do.
But that clearance only works in your kingdom. You're out of your kingdom, so the clearance no longer works.
No, that's for people of higher rank than both of us to decide.
You really think that there's a higher rank than a dragon, really?
Depends on if my kingdom wants to save me or not. If not, oh well. And there are much, he says, there are much bigger things going on. And they happen to involve a dragon that, and if The rumors I've heard are true. What's coming? You should all run. And with that, he stops talking.
Mm, why don't you fill us in on what's coming?
Like I said, they're rumors.
Of what?
What sort of dragon are you talking about?
And can I give me a history roll?
10.
What?
10.
Okay. You have, the minute you say that, you have a vague memory of a cave with flying creatures and a tablet, and the final flash that you have is of your mother, but all of it's kind of cloudy because it happened so long ago. But you do remember the tablet had something to do with something very dark coming. You gonna tell the rest of them or not?
Well, since it's so vague, I'll mention it, but I'm not really sure. There is something about a prophecy and something I seem to remember. Suppose it could have something to do with the dragon. I mean, there were lots of kobolds around the cave.
So,
But it wasn't very nice prophecy. I do remember that.
something about something ruling for 10,000 years.
Right.
Oh, and I remember back. I was like, oh, I remember that too. I remember that years, like a long time ago, that me and some old friends that were venturing ran into a cave like that too, and kobolds and
No, you're thinking about the white dragon that you guys ran into
yeah,
40 episodes ago.
yep.
That was just a young one.
But there was
The-
a tablet that says something about 10,000 years too.
yeah. The prophecy's been around for a long time. Nobody's really figured it out yet. And the bartender sort of chuckles and doesn't say anything. Then he waits for a minute and then says, "Why do you think the kingdoms wanted the book? They want to stop what's coming, or at least try to."
What, evil against evil?
whoever has the bigger club wins.
Well, we're gonna have to figure out something to do that doesn't involve the book, because that's sort of off the table now.
Well, see, that's not what the retriever had said to us. The Naga. He said that his kingdom, your kingdom, wanted the book to rule everyone,
Well,
and they were going to use it against everyone and anyone who defied them.
well,
So,
the
do you
bar
want to clarify,
the
please?
bartender is like, for them that would be a happy side effect because they could rule everybody with that book, but that's not the only thing it's for.
I'm gonna have to go feed the dog. I'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
Okay.
It's
As I
his
say,
dinner
it's
time.
time to end anyway, so.
Well, that was my question. With the two of you on the East Coast, are you needing to go or what?
Soon, very soon. Like if we've got a bit of a break, it might just be a good idea now.
Yeah.
It's almost 10. It's like just after midnight.
Right. Well, on that happy note from the bartender, we
Great.
will let it go for tonight, and you guys can continue this interrogation next time, and hopefully Jinx will
Be here next time.
come
Well,
out
no,
of it.
being here and being recovered, now that we don't have a healer attending to him, technically,
He's unconscious from the last dose of sleeping potion, and since then the cleric is now incapacitated
Right.
himself. So yeah, he's in a bit of a situation. But I hope you all had fun.
Yep.
You're
Yeah.
you're starting to get to you're inching toward the main villain of the campaign. You're getting closer.
It's good to know.
it's not me. I swear.
Don't know if that's comforting to any of you, but yeah.
Yeah, very comforting. Hot.
And you have yet to decide whether you're going to take the posted job or not. So,
Well, we got payments for other jobs that we've been dealing with right now that the owner owes us money for.
Be right back,
Like
you guys.
finding out who poisoned the bartender, found that out.
yeah,
Finding the cure for the bartender, did that.
right. Oddly enough, nobody mentioned you getting paid for that. You just did it.
No, he mentioned it.
Well, I know.
Who, the orc guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We'll have to discuss that then. But, but, follow us on all of our social media. Like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. come back to see how much more trouble these guys can get into. And this should go up on our channel within the next day or two. And so will our podcast. And go buy all of Robin's books. There's a link in the description.
Fifth one should be out in the probably by October. So
She likes to put one out near Halloween. um, I think that's all I've got, except, next week will be vampire, so look for that one. And
Okay.
we're having a dog catastrophe here.
well, I'm glad I have my earphones in because if my dog heard that, he would be going nuts.
Hey, little girl.
Okay.
Any of you have anything you guys want to say before we end for the night?
See you next time.
It's always fun playing with this group. Then with that, I'll say goodnight, and some of us will see you next week for Vampire.
Good night.
Night.